Welcome to this tutorial on how to use AWS Amplify user pools, a comprehensive service that simplifies user authentication and authorization for your web and mobile applications. To get started, you need to install the AWS Amplify CLI and initialize a new Amplify project. Once you have initialized the project, you can add the auth category, which will create a user pool for you. A user pool is essentially a user directory that stores information about your users. You can configure the user pool to require email verification, phone number verification, or even multi-factor authentication. The next step is to set up the authentication flow. This involves creating a login page where users can enter their credentials and then authenticating them with the user pool. You can also configure the authentication flow to use social media providers such as Google, Facebook, or Amazon. After setting up the authentication flow, you need to manage user sessions. This involves creating a session when a user logs in and then validating the session on each subsequent request. Best practices for using AWS Amplify user pools include using a secure password policy, enabling multi-factor authentication, and regularly monitoring user activity. In addition to user pools, AWS Amplify also provides an identity pool, which allows you to manage access to AWS resources. You can use identity pools to grant users access to specific AWS resources such as S3 buckets or DynamoDB tables. In conclusion, AWS Amplify user pools provide a scalable and secure way to manage user authentication and authorization for your web and mobile applications. By following the steps outlined in this tutorial, you can easily set up and manage user pools, authentication flows, and user sessions. When using AWS Amplify user pools, it is essential to follow best practices such as using a secure password policy and enabling multi-factor authentication to ensure the security of your users' data. With AWS Amplify user pools, you can focus on building your application without worrying about the complexities of user authentication and authorization.